Heroin not only on the uprise, but more dangerous than ever, epidemic proportion.
Strong words tonight and a warning tonight from someone on the front lines of the fight against heroin. Good evening, I'm Daniel Wynn. ABC 17 News has learned authorities in Colombia are investigating 2 deaths in the last 5 days that appear to be overdoses. The deaths of 2 men who were both in their 20s prompted our crews to take a look at the surging issue of heroin use in mid-Missouri. We start with ABC 17's Heather Horgan. And Heather, what can you tell us about these most recent deaths?
Well, the first overdose happened Tuesday morning on Hyde Park Avenue in South Columbia. Police and medics responded to a drug overdose of a 21-year-old man. Family sources tell us that drug was heroin. I spoke with the Boone County Medical Examiner today, who confirms an autopsy was performed last week, but they are still waiting for toxicology reports, which could take about 4 weeks. They are also waiting for toxicology results from an autopsy of a 27-year-old man. Columbia police confirmed there is a death investigation for a man who was found unresponsive in his home on McBain Avenue Friday morning. He was found dead, leaned over his laptop computer. Police will not confirm either of these deaths are drug-related. The medical examiner tells me both deaths appear to be overdoses because there was no evidence of harm. Today, ABC 17's also looked into heroin use, specifically in Colombia, and we found out it is on the rise. ABC 17's Dan Messinio joins us live in the newsroom. And Dan, you talked to an addiction specialist about this problem. He's calling it an epidemic.
Yeah, Heather, he says it's so desirable because it causes an extreme high. Today's heroin is also much stronger and deadlier than ever before. Heroin use around the country is up. Some reporting deaths attributed to the drug tripling in 3 years. Experts say the drug is also rearing its ugly head right here in Colombia.
We are at close to and what I would consider epidemic levels of the use of this type of drug, heroin and ecstasy, and a lot of those that mimic both of these drugs more than anything.
Jerry Eames, a licensed clinical addiction counselor with around 30 years of experience, says heroin is not only one of the most dangerous drugs, what makes it particularly problematic in Colombia is its price. Eames says it's extremely cheap, and kids as young as 14 are using it because it's so accessible.
Well, a little is good, a lot is better. And then we start testing the envelope, and then you overdose, just seeking what it relaxes you, you let the guard down. And even with a high tolerance, a small amount will kill you, what you might have used the day before.
One of the last studies on heroin abuse in Missouri came out in 2013. It shows in 2010, over 13,000 people who went to the hospital for drugs used heroin. And in 2011, 26% of everyone who was treated for drugs used heroin and opiates.
This is a long-term drug. It's not like you'll get off it and things will get good. You're talking at years of therapy, years of physical recuperation, years, if ever, brain chemistry coming back.
Police for recent numbers on heroin overdoses here in Colombia. I was told we have to file a records request, which could take weeks. Reporting live in the newsroom, Dan Messinio, ABC 17 News.
Thank you, Dan. Right now, emergency responders are using Narcan, a medicine used to counter the effects of opioid drugs to save lives during overdoses. But Heather, you learned that not all first responders in Colombia carry this right now.
Yeah, they don't. Only licensed ground ambulance services are able to carry and actually administer the drug. But the Boone County Fire Protection District is working to develop a protocol so they can give the drug while waiting for ambulances to arrive on scene. They plan on training all 250 employees this August and September. Columbia Fire, though, tells me they do not plan on having their crews carry Narcan since the ambulances are so close to them because they're at University Hospital and Boone Hospital.
All right. Thank you, Heather. Well, we are in for some warmer temperatures.